What's going on, everyone? Charlie here. I'm going to attempt to show you how to make a trading bot, a paper trading bot that is, utilizing the Webull interface. Now, we're going to do this with Python, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to be able to buy and sell stocks and test different strategies automatically with scripts and what have you. So the way to get started is you will need a Webull account to be able to do this. I don't believe you have to open a brokerage account to be able to paper trade. You may have to, but if that's the case, then you're just going to want to go ahead and go through that process. It doesn't take very long to do so. Once you get your account, you're just going to want to log in. And once you're logged in, go ahead and go to app.webull.com/paper. And once you're logged in, you'll be able to access this link. And that's what you're looking at here on the screen is the paper trading interface on the Webull desktop. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to open up this VS Code real quick. We're going to make a new folder, and I'm going to just right click here and go to new folder. Let's call it Webull_trading, and we're going to open it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to make a main file, main.py, and then we're going to make an env file, .env. The env is going to hold all of our information that we need to actually utilize the Webull API, such as our account and things like that. So from here, what we're going to do is in the env file, we're going to type access_token equals, and then we're going to do OSV equals, and then we're going to do DID equals. And these are the three things we're going to need to grab from the Webull website to be able to work with this stuff. So what we're going to do is open up the developer tool window by doing Control-Shift-I. And keep in mind, this account access token will expire, or it will refresh every time you log out and log back in of your account. So whenever we are in this paper trading interface and we do Control-Shift-I, you're going to see these URL endpoints pop up in the network tab of the developer tools. And in the network tab, you're going to want to select fetch/XHR as your filter. And then that will allow you to easily see the endpoints that you need to be able to utilize this trading bot. So we're going to go ahead and click on today's summary. And then in the headers, we're going to take this URL, which contains our account ID. We're going to copy it, and this is your paper trading account ID, mind you. So we copy the URL. We're going to go back to our main.py file, and we're going to just paste this URL. URL equals paste it. Where it says paper ID, if you want to parameterize this, go ahead and copy your account ID and copy it, and then put brackets here and just put account ID. If you want to import it from your env file, you can just put account ID, then we'll paste the ID here. And then if you want the ID to change, or if you want to reset your paper trading account, if you go back to the website here, there's a reset button somewhere on here that you can utilize to reset your account. And when you do that, it will actually reset your account ID as well. So keep that in mind. But anyways, to get this account ID imported, what we're going to do is we're going to import OS. Then we're going to do from .env. I need to select my interpreter. Let's do that real quick. From .env, import load.env, and then we're going to call load.env, and then we're going to define access token. Actually, let's make a class first. So we're going to do this all from within a class. We're going to do class Webull trader. We're going to define init self. Let's do access token did, or OSV, and did. And then we're going to do self.accessToken equals os.env.iron.get, and then we're going to pass in our access token from our env file. Same for the OSV, os.environ.get OSV, and then we are going to need the did, which is os.environ.get did. And then account ID, self.account ID. We need to pass that in as well. Account ID equals os.byron.get account ID. So now we can just parameterize this account ID in the URL, move this over, and we'll define our first function. We'll say async. Let's make this non-async for now. We'll do def get account summary. We'll pass in self, and then that's all we'll need to pass in. And then our argument will come from our initialization from this class. So there we go. And then we'll need to import requests library as well. And then we're going to do session as well. So session equals requests.session. And then actually, let's do self here. Self.session is equal to request.session. So self.session. And then what we can do now is we can scroll down and we can do data equals requests.session. Oh, I'm sorry, session.get URL. Self.session.get URL. And then if data.status code is equal to 200, we will print data.json to view the data. And actually, I believe this one will need to be a post request, possibly. Let me look. But before we do that, we need to scroll down in this headers tab first. I'm going to drag this out, zoom in a bit so you can see better. What we're going to need to do, close this console window, is we're going to scroll down here to get the rest of the information that we need. And we're going to go scroll down all the way to request headers. And the access token is provided right here. Now, I will be logging in and out of my account so that this will reset so that no one else can have access to my account. So keep that in mind. But I am going to use this for demonstration purposes in this video. So for env, we're going to go ahead and just paste the access token. We're going to grab our OSV and our DID. So did, just go ahead and copy that and paste it. What else do we need? I think we need the locale and the HL as well. So we're just going to go ahead and copy these two. And then in our main file, we're going to say self.headers equals, and then we're going to say access token is self.access token. And then we're going to paste these, all the rest of these. You don't need all of them. You just need certain ones. I didn't mean to copy all of those. Let me go back to the website. Let's do device type. I don't think you need that. Let's do H. Is it HL or HI? HL is EN. So we'll do HL, EN, and then what else? We need the locale, ing. I believe we need the content type as well. We do need this OSV though, so go ahead and actually we don't. We already put that. We're going to put this in the env file, but you will need to copy your OSV right here, and then paste it in your env file with quotes. And then that looks good for the env file. And OSV, we'll just go ahead and put as self.osv, and then we'll do self.did. I'm sorry, did is self.did. And then I believe we'll need the content type header as well, which is going to be, maybe we don't need that one for this endpoint, but we will need it later on. But I think that may be everything we need from a header perspective. So let's go ahead and see if we can call this endpoint. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to run this function to test it, so and see if we get any data back. So I'm going to remove this. I think this should be good, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to initialize the main class we made, Webull Trader. I'm just going to say trader equals Webull Trader. And actually, I don't need to pass these in. I don't need to pass these arguments in. I can just leave it like this because it's using the env stuff. So now there's no arguments required, and all I got to do is say test equals trader dot get account summary, and we're just going to print test to see if we get any data back. And we get none back. Oh, that's because we didn't return anything. So we're going to return, but we did get none for the data response. Let's do this. If it's not equal to 200, we're going to print the data. And then if it is 200, we're going to return data.json. So see if we get a different status code. Access token is invalid. Okay, so hold on a second. Oh, we didn't pass in the headers. So that goes to show you that you need the access token. So we're going to pass in here headers equals self.headers. We're going to run that again. Access token expired. Okay, so this was provisional header. So let's go ahead and use this non-provisional header URL. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. So real quick, so if you look at these icons right here, you see how one has a little, like a gear with a circle in front of it? Let me zoom in a lot so you can see it. Let me zoom out, or scroll down a bit. Well, that's too far zoomed in. Now the names aren't showing up. I'm gonna refresh this. But those symbols there that you see, there's one that's like a circle with a dot in the middle of it. Make sure you click on that one because this is going to have the headers that you actually need with the correct information in it. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down again, and we're going to get these headers, which are going to be access tokens right here. Go ahead and copy this again, and go to the env, paste this in, and we're going to run this file again now. We may need the content type header too. It's taking a little bit longer. Let's see what it does. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go and get the rest of the headers we need. So we need the content type, which actually still don't see it here. Let's get the content type from a different one, as we will need it later. Content type is going to be application/JSON charset equals UTF-8. Oh, I got a timeout error there. Let's go to headers, and we're going to put in content type, and then we're going to pass in application JSON. Let's refresh this and see if we can get a good call. Okay, there we go. So now we get the data back. It says account, day profit loss was $39.88 in my paper trading account. So cool. We are connected to the account, and we're getting data back in the form of an account summary. So from here, now we're just going to grab other endpoints. So to do that, what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom back out, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom out on this website too. And we're just going to click this buy button, okay? We're going to set a limit price. Let's just do Apple for demonstration. And we're going to set a limit with a quantity of 10 with a limit price of 186. And we're just going to hit the buy button, right? We're going to hit the buy button. Let's scroll down a little bit. And let's see if any endpoints came up. Can we buy this? I may need to zoom out a little more. Okay, so so I selected buy. You can also select sell. I'm going to select buy, and then I'm going to hit paper trade. I'm going to click this button, and then it said submit successfully, and we should be able to see the order somewhere on here. And it's right there. So you see these series of numbers like the 913256135. That's the ticker ID for Apple. We're going to go ahead and copy this URL again that we need. This is the URL we need. And we're going to make a second function, and it's going to be called order stock. So def order stock. Self. We're going to paste the URL. We're going to pass in our account ID, self.account ID there. And then for the ticker ID, this is where we're going to make another function that's going to be able to get all the ticker IDs that we need. And to do that, we're going to go to this search box up here that says symbol/name, type anything in, and then scroll down in your endpoint list, and grab this URL that says tickers ? And this is the URL that we're going to use to get the ticker IDs that we'll need for each ticker that we want to buy. So we're going to make a function called getTickerID, define getTickerID, self, and we're going to pass in a ticker as a string. We're going to paste the URL, and then again, where this ? keyword equals, we're going to erase that gibberish that we typed in, and we're going to replace this with the parameterized ticker. And page size, we only need 1 since we're searching for specific tickers, and that's basically all you have to do there. Now we're going to do data equals session.get URL, or self.session.get URL, and then headers equals headers. And then from here, self.headers, always forget that. And then from here, we will do if data.response or status code does not equal 200, we will print the error. And then if it is 200, we will return data.json just as before. So basically what this is going to do is we're going to parse this down real quick. So instead of doing trader.getAccountSummary, we're going to do getTickerID. We're going to print the test just so we can see the structure of the data in the terminal window. Oh, whoops, I forgot to pass in the ticker. So the ticker we'll use is, let's just go with Apple for now. I'll refresh that. And this is our dictionary response right here. So we can see the first key that we need to access the data, or the parent key, is data. So data, let's just do data equals data. And then from there, what we need to do is just say ticker ID equals data 0 ticker ID, just like that. And then we will return, instead of data.json, we're going to return the ticker ID. So now, whenever we run this again, what we should see in the terminal window is the ticker ID for Apple. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, we're still getting the full dictionary. Why is that? Data is data, ticker ID. Let's print the ticker ID first, see. I wonder if the status code is 201. That's why it's not working. I'm going to go ahead and erase this check and run it again. Let's see if we get any kind of error. Huh, weird. Oh, okay, that's why I messed with the wrong function. Whoops. Consequences of zooming in too far. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so this right here needs to be erased. I'm just going to back up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to paste that in the correct spot. I was wondering why that wasn't working. And paste it right here. So data is data, ticker ID is data 0 ticker ID. And then instead of returning data.json, we're going to return the ticker ID. Cool. And then now we're going to just test this again to make sure that we get the ticker ID in the terminal, which we should. Response object not subscriptable. Whoops. I'm going to add JSON here at the end of this. And I'm going to erase this check because we really don't need it. And then I'm going to refresh this. Okay, perfect. So there's the ticker ID for Apple. And that's all we needed to do for this function. So now we have a way to get the ticker IDs we need for the stocks we want to order. So now all we got to do is order stock. We need to pass in a ticker. And then with this ticker, we're going to use it as a string to get the ticker ID. So ticker ID equals await, or not await, this is not async, self.getTickerID, pass in the ticker, and then voila, now we can parameterize the ticker ID right there. So now what we can do is go back to the website and look at the URL endpoint again. I believe this is the first post request we're going to need. Let's go back to find Apple. Where'd it go? Right there. And oh, this is a GET request. Where's the post? Okay, so this is the post request here. So that looks right. This is how we're going to order the stock with this endpoint. So to get the payload, you're going to have to pass in a payload here. This whole thing, we're going to go to view source, and we're just going to copy it all. We're going to paste it back into our code. But first, at the top, we're going to import JSON. We will need this. And then we're going to do, underneath the order stock function, underneath the URL, we're going to say params equals, and we're going to do a dictionary. Actually, we don't need the brackets. We can just paste in that object like this. And then now we can pass in the additional arguments that we need. So for the ticker ID, we'll copy that and we'll just put in ticker ID. For the action, we're going to put action. For the outside regular trading hour, we're going to put outside regular trading. For quantity, we're going to put quantity. And then we're going to pass in these arguments here. So let's just go in order. So short support is a Boolean, and we're going to have it default set. Uh-oh, put that in the wrong spot. It needs to be up here. Short support is a Boolean, and we're going to set it default to true. Order type, we're going to set this as a market order default. And then here where it says market, we're going to erase that and put order type. The next one is going to be time in force. And we're going to do a default for day. And then we're going to erase day and put time in force. And then for quantity, we just need to pass that in as quantity as a integer, and we're going to pass in 1 as the default there. For outside regular trading, we're going to do outside regular trading as a Boolean, and we're going to set it to, let's set it to false for now. The short support can be replaced with short support. What else? We have one more. Combo type is normal. So we're going to do combo type as an optional, and we're going to put it as normal. Oh, with action, right? We need action as well. So for action, we're going to set that as a string. We're going to do the default as by. So action is by, combo type is combo type. Serial ID, I believe this can be anything. So we're just going to put, for the serial ID, we could do a UUID for it, but honestly, I think it can be anything. Just going to do a random sequence of letters and numbers, just like that. And I think we're good. Everything looks like it's where it needs to be, except the O here in the order type. So we have our parameters now, and the way that we serialize these is we're going to say data equals json.dumps params. And then now when we call this URL by doing response equals self.session.get URL headers equals self.headers, data equals, or I'm sorry, yeah, data equals data. And then we're going to say .json, and then we're going to say print response, and we'll see what we get back. So let's go ahead and test this out. We're going to say trader.order stock, ticker is going to be Apple. The short support, we're not going to pass that in. Order type is going to be a limit. Let's do a limit because it's after hours. Limit. Did we put? Was there a price parameter in there somewhere? I didn't see a price. Let's go ahead and do this. I just click the button again so we can get the rest of the parameters. No, that's not the one I need. Scroll up a little bit. So this one? There we go. Where's the, okay, there it is. So limit price. So we'll pass this in as an optional argument as well. And we'll do limit price string equals, let's just do we don't need that to be, actually, let's do a default one of like 180 for now. But in reality, like, you would want to trade with limit prices that are utilizing functions and stuff to dynamically generate the limit price. You would never want to hard code it in. So for now, I'll leave the limit price out, and I'll add that functionality in later. But for now, this should be good. I'm going to go ahead and just run this for now. Order type's a limit, or let's do a market. It should show up, but we'll have to wait and see. Time enforced is we're going to do GTC, which is good until canceled. Quantity, let's do 10. Outside regular trading, we're going to do true. And then action is going to be buy. And then we're going to go ahead and just run this and see if we get a order to show up in our account. So let's go ahead and go to our orders so we can see this. I'm going to zoom in. And then there's no working orders currently. So let's go ahead and call this function and see if we can get it to work. Oh, we got an error. What is it? Oh, I did a GET request. I need to do a POST request. Market orders do not support extended hours trading. Okay, so we're going to have to do a limit order then, which means we will need the limit price. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and pass in a limit price argument here. So limit price equals, or string equals, let's just do 180 for now. And then let me grab the parameter again, hit this button to get it, and then it is limit price. Got it. And we will pass that in here as limit price 180.76. Okay, so that should do it. Let's go ahead and change the order type now to a limit. And then we don't have to pass in the price because it's hard-coded. And let's run this again. Cool, so we got order ID back. So let's go look in our paper trading account and see if we have a filled order. Hey, look at that. We have an Apple order that is showing up in the website now. So we just programmatically ordered some stock via the Webull API using the browser tools. So from here, what you can do is you can build comprehensive programs. You can build scripts. Like, for example, let's say you wanted to do something like scan for conditions. So we're going to import some external libraries that I've created. We're going to do from FUDStop. Let's do from Webull options. No, let's do FUDStop. I'm going to need to switch environments though real quick. From FUDStop.FUDStop or .apis. Let's do Webull trading. Let's do, Webull trading, import Webull trading. And then we're going to do self.sdk equals Webull trading. We don't have to pass in any arguments. And then here, what we can do is, let's say, I'm gonna import the Polygon one too. So from FUDStop, the apis.polygon.async polygon import. Oh, that's async though. Let me import the sync version. Import Polygon sync, and then we're going to do self.poly equals Polygon sync with no arguments. And then now what we can do is we can just make a little script in another file. I'm going to go ahead and just copy all this, and I'm going to return the response here, even though we don't really need to. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to make a new file called trade.py. We're going to do from main import Webull trader equals Webull trader. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make our script for trading with this bot. So class paper trader. We can technically inherit from Webull Trader if we want. And to do that, you just pass in Webull Trader, and then you initialize it with self, and then you super init with self, or with quargs, and then you put quargs here as well. And then let's say this is where you can basically outline all your strategies. So let's go ahead and do like an RSI type scan. So let's say you only wanted to buy Apple, right? So let's do def by scan to buy or something like that. Self, ticker, string. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say RSI equals, oh, you know what? Okay, this is sync. Never mind. RSI equals poly, self.poly.rsi. Is there any functions in this class? Oh, there sure isn't. That's funny. Self dot. Let me try to. I may not have updated this package on this this environment. Let's do the sync version again. Let's do poly is polygon sync. And then let's see if we can. Oh, there's not yet. I haven't added any functions to that yet. That's funny. Okay, so scratch that. We'll just do a quick scan for some Webull stuff then. So scan to buy. Let's do. Let me look and see what functions are available. Trader dot. I already have an order stock function on this one. Let's do. I'm not getting the functions I need. So let me go ahead and do this. Self dot SDK dot, and then let's do cost distribution. So cost distribution, what this is, it's basically the percent of all players that are holding the stock. It's the percentage of those players that are profiting. And a strategy I like to run is where, I look for tickers that are trading with a profit cost distribution of 98% or higher for puts, or 2% or lower for calls. We're going to do start date equals 2024-0105, end date. We're going to do 2024-0105 just for demonstration. And then we're going to say conditions equals self.sdk.cost distribution. And then what we're going to do is say, let's do cost dist equals conditions dot, or condition 0 dot, or wait, where's all my attributes? Start date, end date. I've entered everything right? Start date, end date. Let's try to print this real quick just to see if we get any data back. And then we'll say stock monitor equals paper trader, and then we will not pass in anything, and then we'll say test equals stock monitor dot scan to buy, and then we'll pass in Apple. We'll print the test to see if we get anything in the terminal back, or if we get any kind of error or anything. Oh, whoopsie poopsie. Webull Trader is asynchronous. Son of a gun. Well, we're going to make this asynchronous then, okay? So we're going to do async def scan to buy, and then we're going to do await self.sdk. That's the difference between sync and async in this context. And we're going to have to import asyncio. And we're going to have to do a function here instead, async def main. We're going to tab this over, and we're going to do same exact stuff, asyncio.run main, and then we're going to do await stock monitor.scan to buy. No, we don't have to await that. Yeah, we do. Because we have to have it with an async context. Okay, so let's go and run this again and see if we get anything back now. Cannot serialize non-string key none. Huh. Ticker's Apple. Okay, start. What is the none? Oh, it's probably something that has to do with how the SDK is being initialized. So let's not do this. Let's do trader.cost distribution. Or I'm sorry, rather than that, let's do from fudstop.apis.webull trader import Webull trader, or Webull trading. Then we'll do trader or trade. Let's do trade data equals Webull trading. Don't have to pass in anything, I don't believe. And then we'll refresh this. Instead of self.sdk cost distribution, we'll do this trade data and see if this makes any difference. If not, I may have to go and see what's going on with the cost distribution function. Yeah, okay, so there must be something going on with how the environment or how the variable is being created. But what I can do, since I have this this easily available, I'll just go to it straight up. So we'll go to Webull, we'll go to Webull trading, which is right here. And I'll see if I can find the problem. Oh, that's see how it's calling Webull underscore access token? That could be the problem. So what we're going to do now is go back here. We're going to go to the env. We're going to change this just for now to Webull access token, and then try to run this again and see if that fixes it. Still getting the same error. Let's go and double check to make sure there was no other issues with it. What other OS variables? So we have did, that looks right. Rec ID. Oh, you know what? That could be the problem. So I might need to get the rec ID, which you don't need this, but since I have it hard-coded here, and you know what? I can actually just do this. Let's just go and grab the cost distribution function and just copy it, and we're going to paste it into our other program. And if you want to pause the video and copy this, you can. That way, we can just add it directly to this paper trader class and use it from here. So let's go ahead and tab this over. And is there any errors? We need to do self.today and self.yesterday also. Really, we don't even need that. I'm going to go ahead and erase it, and we'll just hard code today's date for this example. So we'll do 2024 0105, and then 2021 or 2024 0105 right here. And then we'll scan it for any errors. Oh, we'll need to import the data model as well, which won't take but a second. So we scroll up here in the other program, go to models, we'll go to cost distribution, and we'll just copy this whole file and take it back over to our new file, make a new folder called models, and then called cost distribution.py, and then paste this in there, and we should be good to go. And now we just got to import it into our trade file by doing from models.costDistribution import cost distribution. And then now it should be looking a lot better. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Oh, there's another problem. We don't have a self.fetch endpoint function. It's still giving me that same crap. Oh, because we need to erase trade data. Sorry. Okay, so self.costDistribution instead. And then for the fetch endpoint to resolve this, all this is doing is fetching this data. So really all we have to do is just do datas equals self.session.get, and then endpoint headers equals self.headers.json. And then we'll refresh this again. Object int can't be used in await. Ticker ID. Oh, right. That's a non-synchronous function, or a non-async function. Okay, so we got the cost distribution numbers back, and that is for Apple. But since there's going to be a trading bot, what we want to do is essentially we want to scan for specific ranges of this cost distribution data. So what we're going to do is we're going to say data dot, and then I've hard-coded it all with dot notation. We're going to look for close profit ratio, and we're going to just print out the closed profit ratio for Apple, and we're going to zero it off just to get the first and most recent value and to see what it's at. We get 0, none, and none. Let's try to print off without the 0. Okay, so there we go. You see that 0.49763? That is the close profit ratio for Apple. So now what we can do is, since we want to scan for 98% plus for puts or not puts, I'm sorry, but let's in this example, I'm going to show you how to do an options bot later. This is just for stock. But if you wanted to buy the dip or a stock that possibly could go up based on this logic, then what you would do, let's say you wanted to buy whatever stocks out there that has a cost or profit ratio of 2% or less, you want to buy it. So what we can do is we can say profit ratio equals round float data dot profit ratio. Then we're going to do times 100 comma 2, and then we're going to print this again to see if we get a better value in a percentage format. So now you can see it's 49.76% of players are profiting. So now what we can do is we're gonna add a string to this. We're gonna say the total amount of players profiting is, and then we're gonna do conditions dot close profit ratio. Close profit ratio. Okay. Where did it go? Interesting. I'm gonna try to print this again. Hold on. No, I'm in the wrong function again. God dang it. My bad. Fix that real quickie. Okay, so we know the profit ratio is working. Scan to buy is the one we're working on. So scan to buy is going to be the one that we're going to utilize with concurrency. So return the profit ratio when we call cost distribution for today's date. And then for scan to buy, what we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to erase this. We don't even need this. Really, we don't even need this. We can just run it all from the cost distribution function, and this will be our strategy for this example. So instead of returning the profit ratio, what we're going to do is we're going to define a second function called run scan. We're going to do self, and then we're going to do, that's the only argument we need. We're going to do tasks equals, we're going to do self dot scan or orders. What is it called? The cost distribution. For I in self dot most or self dot Webull, was it Webull trading dot, we have most active tickers. I'll need to import a ticker list. So let's do from fudstop.apis.ticker list, or I'm sorry, fudstop.ticker list. Where is it? I'm still in the Webull trading app. Fudstop.apis. Where's my ticker list? Interesting. Well, what we can do, I'm not sure why that's not loading. Do I have a folder here named Footstop or something? Let's just go ahead and I'm going to go grab some more stuff just to get through this example. Let's go ahead and go to here. I'm going to say most active tickers. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Most active tickers. We're just going to copy this list of tickers, which I believe is the top 300 of the most active tickers, and copy it. We're going to paste it back to our folder here. Then we're just going to say self.mostActiveTickers equals most active tickers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, erase it. We're going to need 2 of those. And then now we have a giant ticker list to iterate through, right? So that's what we're going to do. So the tasks that we're doing, we're going to put it in a list, and we're going to say self.mostActiveTickers. And then we're going to say results equals await asyncio.gather tasks. And really, we don't even need the results, because this is going to run this cost distribution for us, and it's going to do it in rapid succession. So what we're going to do is we're going to say scan equals await stock monitor dot run scan. We don't even need to define that. We just do this. And then that scan is going to call the cost distribution function, which is going to start scanning for the tickers we want to buy based on the conditions. So now we can do this. If profit ratio equal or is less than or equal to 2, we're going to do await or self.buy stock or order stock. We're going to pass in the ticker, which is the ticker, or it's going to be the symbol rather. We're going to do order type as a limit. And this is where you can start dynamically ordering the price, because what we can do is we can call another function, or we can copy one over. I think it actually might have a close price. Hold on, data.close. Oh, it does have a close price. I'm going to test this out to make sure it works. Let's do close test equals await stock monitor dot cost distribution. Well, it's going to do a test here for Apple, and then we're going to print test to see if we get that price back. Oh, wait, whoops, I'm calling the run scan. I don't want to do that just yet. But you see how all these cost distributions are coming up? That's exactly what we want. That's our scanner. But anyways, we're not there yet. So let me block this out and just see if we can get the close price printed out, because we're going to need that to dynamically order the stock. Cool. Okay, it does have the close price. Sick. So now what we can do is, since we have the close price, we're going to say price equals close price, or data.close price. And then we can pass that price in now to our order stock function. So order type is limit. Time and force is GTC. Quantity, let's just do 1 for this test. Outside regular trading is going to be true. Action is going to be buy. Combo type, we don't need to pass that in. Limit price, that's going to be the price. And then if you wanted to do like limit price minus, whatever, you could do that also. But that's our scan for profit ratio less than or equal to 2. Now, let's say we wanted to short the opposite end of this. We're going to do else, or we're going to do if profit ratio is greater than or equal to 98. Same thing, limit, time and force GTC, except we're going to do short support true. And then we're going to do action to sell, which is going to be shorting it, and at the same thing with the limit price. So we have our scanner set up, we have our if conditional set up, we have our order stock to show up. Now from here, what we're going to do is I'm going to not inherit from Webull Trader, and we're going to use the imported version. So we're going to do trader.getTickerID, and we're going to do non-quargs here. We're going to do, what is it? Self.session equals request.session. I'm going to import requests. Okay, so we're almost there. And then instead of quarks here, we don't even need this super init anymore. I'm going to run this again to see if we get what we want. Oh, whoops. Trader.orderstock. And then trader.headers. And then that should be it. Order stock. All right, so let's see if we can get this to auto buy everything that we're scanning for here. Whoop, another issue. What is it? Traders is not defined. Oh, I added an S. Silly me. Try again. None. Awesome. Now, why is that? Oh, it's because we're not returning anything, and I still have the stock monitor scanner locked out. So essentially, we don't even need this now, this test command. All we need is this, and that's it. Now we run it, and it's going to scan this whole list of tickers up here to see what their cost distribution is, and if it falls within these ranges, it's going to do the corresponding action to buy or sell. Access token is invalid. Auth token required. So hold on a second. Back here, and make sure this didn't reset on me. Okay, let's go up here, get this, make sure the access token is right. Uh-oh. Where is it? Headers. Oh, there's provisional headers, okay. This is not provisional. This is one we want. The access token is right here. Okay, so we're going to have to switch this to access token, I believe. And we're going to run the file again. Oh, wrong one. We're going to run the trade file. And let's see if this works. There you go. See those order IDs coming up? That's order in stock for us that meets these criterion. Well, to find out what it is, though, let's give a little bit more info to this this stuff. So we're getting an order ID back. So let's go to our main function again, and instead of the response, let's print stock ordered for ticker, and then we'll do the order ID. Pretty cool, though, right? Run and debug again, and we're going to sit back and watch this auto order based on this strategy. This is just one example. You can do several of these examples, whatever you can think of. Then this is paper trading, so you can back test this and see how it goes. But this is how you do it, man, right here, start to finish. So we got TMUS, CNC, AMGN, stock order for Mulm, HSBC, KMI, ET. We're going to let it run through the whole list and see what happens. There's quite a bit of these in our ranges. And then you can run this in a while true loop and have it run all day, all night. As long as these conditions are met, it's going to try to buy it. And you could speed up these operations. You're placing in orders too often. Please try again later. You got request limited or rate limited there. So we're going to go ahead and stop this now so I don't get banned from Webull. And we're going to go take a look at our account now, in our paper trading account. And we're going to look at our orders. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom in, exit out of this developer tools window. As you can see, let me close out all this crap here. We don't need all this. We don't need all this. We don't need all this. With this or this. We're going to move this up in a second. Move this over here. And then we're going to look at all of our orders. So as you can see, we have all these orders coming in to buy and sell stock. And as you can see, so the sell is just shorting 98% plus. Buy is the buying going long, which there's very, very few buy compared to sell. And what does that tell you? It's an indicator that the market is what? Overbought right now, oversold. That's just one way of looking at this, but I hope this tutorial helps somebody. I'm Gay, and you have a great day.